Doc Slab Audio on music production and audio engineering. Welcome to Doc Slab Audio and our Insights series. I do believe this is the 34th video in our Insights series. And in this video, we want to talk about the adventure begins with music appreciation. So basically, I wanted to make this video, first of all, is that I'm going to school to become a doctor right now. I turned my music studio, or I moved my music studio to my front room, and I turned my old studio into an aeronautics lab. And I was thinking about that, and I came to the understanding why I started doing that is because I was really losing appreciation for the music. I mean, the problem is that, I understand all these things, but I wasn't playing music, enjoying it and producing it with the appreciation and attaching the appreciation to it that I was when I first started, when I had that fire going about those music and those songs and what it was doing to me. And I know it's kind of messed up, but I mean, there's other reasons also, but partly because I wanted to develop my mind more, and so I branched out some. But I think that one of the biggest concepts was the music appreciation. That a lot of times that if the music appreciation isn't there in the composition, the performances, the productions, the engineering, and all these areas that we deal with, that it doesn't have the value that it should. And so it has less meaning, which means it's not going to come out having the value that it should. And when you're dealing with something that's so emotional and dealing with feelings, emotions, and expressing yourself and things like that. So it's something that you really need to take to heart and really delve into and research about and think about, because all the areas in music appreciation intercorrelate and weave together so that everything has more value. Every aspect of the production, no matter what area you're working in, has value to you. Does that make sense? And you will do a better job. It will be more humanistic. It will be done more correctly. It will have more meaning. And I mean, it just goes on and on and on, because you appreciate all the factors that are involved in it much more. It's like a note in a symphony. Well, it could be just a note, or it could have just soft. It could have a little staccato. It could have a little bend. It could have a little vibrato. The dynamics could be a little bit different. It could trail off a little different. It could be working. I mean, nothing happens for nothing. And the more you see that is a valuable trait in your productions, the more appreciation you're showing, because every single moment in time is of value and has to be appreciated. And the more that happens, the more appreciation is being put into your production on all ends, and the more it's going to be appreciated by those that are intelligent, intellectual, and or just plain not stupid, and really have thought about these things. Why would you do something that has no value? What would be the point of you making something that is invaluable? Why would you waste your time doing things that don't really have value to you? And even if it is about money, that you're degrading yourself working with that kind of stuff, because you are becoming less valuable as an individual, which is retarded if you want to become better and more refined as an individual. So that is a part of music, period. These people, you sit there and listen to this pianist or this guitarist or this anybody or this vocalist, anybody, that the more refined they are, it's because the more appreciation they have, and the more every moment in time means more to them, and you'll appreciate it more. Does that make sense? If you're not, you don't understand the appreciation and the value, which means you need to research it and study it on the internet around of just delve into it and immerse yourself in it, saturate yourself with music appreciation and the value of it, and how all the areas intercorrelate and weave together to become a more valuable endeavor and adventure, because music for me was an adventure. It still is. But I've come to a point with my music that, it's sometimes a little different for me now than it was when I first started, because of all the knowledge and wisdom I have in my head from learning about it and researching it, which did change my view on it. But the appreciation I have for every moment in time is much more valuable than it was, because I can appreciate it. I can listen to any production and find and appreciate the parts of it that deserve appreciation, and be grateful and thankful for it, and just and understand it is an intellectual adventure, an intelligent adventure. It's an adventure in feelings and emotions and experience and expression and in all those areas, but it's way more refined because of the appreciation and being able to be able to appreciate things that, deserve appreciation, because I understand what's appreciable. Does that make sense? And that's a very huge concept in itself. And so I kind of wanted to address that here, because right now I'm building an aeronautics lab. I'm going to school to be a doctor, and my music is well rounded and it's well refined. And I look at it a lot different now than I used to, but it has its place in my life, and I appreciate its place in my life, but I don't give it ridiculous value that it doesn't have, and I don't devalue other areas of my life, like becoming a doctor, building an aeronautics lab, doing computer science, building computers, doing, building, on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Does that make sense? It's an area that I use for, as a part of a balance in life. And the more I understand the appreciation for it, when I go to that corner of my life or that area of my life to express myself or to appreciate other works, it's much more valuable. Does that make sense? Which makes that aspect of my life more valuable, which makes my life more valuable. Does that make sense? That's very deep and very philosophical, but it is very true. And I watch the industry, and to me, a lot of times, there's not a lot of value. I don't even hardly turn on the radio anymore, because to me, it doesn't have the value, and I find myself gravitating towards things that aren't mainstream because of the appreciation that everybody had going into the project, and the appreciation you can have for the end product, because there's value there. Does that make sense? And it's huge. So, it's a topic I wanted to address and get you immersing yourself and saturating yourself in it, because of the inherent value that you are going to imprint on those around you, and how it becomes a global thing, that everything you do and everything you touch and everything you intercorrelate with, or everybody you work with, that it becomes, you're helping everything around you become more valuable in this arena, which makes it more valuable on the whole for all of us. So to help you in that area is helping myself, so that I have a much more valuable music industry, and productions that have the ability and how do I say, I'm not finding the word at this moment, but it's a global thing for all of us. And plus, there's no point in you doing something that's not appreciable. And you will lose value in it. You will put your guitar away, you will put your piano away, you will put your microphone away, you'll put your studio away, because you don't see the value in what you're doing. And it's not important to you, because you're not attaching value on it that you should, so that it retains the value, helping you become a more refined individual and do things that are appreciable. So I certainly hope you enjoyed this next video on music appreciation. And peace, hope, love. I will see you in the next video.